In this video, I am going to be talking about loops, and I'm going to be talking about one specific kind of loop, the while loop. So, first of all, what is a loop? A loop, right, is basically a thing where, let's say we have the loop, right? The loop will basically have some code, right? And basically, um, once the program reaches this code, right, the the program will ask the loop, you looping code, ah? Then the loop will say, yeah. Can you just continuously run this code until whatever or whatever? So this code will be run once, or then run again, then run 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and basically it will loop through the code in that loop for as many times as possible until something stops it, or if nothing stops it, then whatever. So that is what I mean by, I'm going to be teaching you a kind of loop today. So what kind of loop am I teaching you guys today? I'm going to be teaching you guys the while loop. While loop. Okay, so um, so what is a while loop? I'm just going to write the syntax of a while loop first, then I'll explain. Okay, so let's say, okay, alright, so this is the syntax. We have while, then we have this thing true, we have this colon, then suddenly we have the for indentation thing, and then a print. Yup, this for indentation thing, very similar to what you guys saw for the if statement video. So to reiterate, right, I'll explain about this four spaces thing, right, this indentation. It basically means whatever code that is indented like this. Okay, I have a better explanation, but basically this code, right, this code belongs to this while loop. Okay, then now we have while true colon, right? Now we have this true. So what does that true mean? You know how in if statements, right? If you remember the if statements video, remember how I said that only if the condition of if is true, then the code that the if statement owns will run. So do you remember I said that? Yes, I do. Okay, nice. Then now you see how the syntax here and here, how are they similar? We have this thing again. So can you guess or not what this true does for this while loop? Can you guess what it does? Okay. So if you said, oh, Nikki, so from what you told me just now, right? Oh, the while loop is a kind of loop where it will keep looping over the code over and over again. Is it, Nikki, that only when the condition is true in the while loop, then the code will run? Then to that I'll say yes, you are correct. So only when that condition is true for the while loop, then it will then it will run the code that it owns. But to talk about it more specifically, let's say to talk about it more specifically, right? To get into specifics, let me pose you an example. Let's say we have a variable called br, and br is equals to 5. Br is equals to 5, okay? Now we have this while loop. Let's make a logic statement for the condition. Let's say while br is higher than 0. While you do that, let's do print br, then br minus equals 1. And then now what this does, right, is basically we have br is equals to 5. Then we have this while loop. Let me explain what this does. While br is higher than 0, this code will loop. But if we analyze it, right, we can see that br is getting -1. So if we, let's say the first loop, right, or it'll print br 5, then br minus 1. Now br is 4. Then you keep doing this again and again and again until br is equals to 0. Can you guys tell me or not, is 0 higher than 0? 0 is not higher than 0. Meaning, it's going to loop through until br is equals to 0. The moment br is equals to 0, this statement is false. And when that happens, it will exit the loop. That means now the code is no longer looping because this statement is now false. Then it will come out here. Done. So let's see if what I said is correct lah. Okay, let's see if what I said is correct. Oh, sorry guys, a bit of technical difficulties. You see that? And it worked. You see how, right? It only started counting down until then it print. Okay, let's say we are here. Oh, print br. The value of br is 1. Then br minus equals 1. So now br is 0. Then the while loop is like, hey, wait, my statement is no longer true. My statement is now 0 is higher than 0, which is false. Okay, let me tell the Python program to stop looping through my code. Hey, Python program, what brother? Can you stop looping through this code because my statement is now false? Then the code will go, okay, the code will exit here. Then after that, it will go here, it will print done. And that's the while loop. That's the while loop. Now let me teach you something else. Let's say I want to... Okay, I'm going to teach you another way that you can cancel a while loop. So basically, right, the while loop stops looping through the code when its statement is false. But there are other ways that you can cancel out the while loop where you don't need to change the condition of the while loop. To prove it to you, I'm just going to say true. So you guys understanding, right, is that because the condition is now true, this while loop will never exit. And that's true. If we do this now, we can see that it continuously minus br prints the br value, but it never completes because the condition is always true. It will always loop forever. It will always loop forever. Okay. So how can we break out of the while loop? We can do this. We can say break. What break does is in the loop, in any loop, okay, not just while loops, there are many different kinds of loops in Python, but in all loops, right, if there's a break, the while loop or the loop that owns that break will be broken. It will be broken. So now we just check br is equals to 5, while equals true, loop this code. Okay, it will print br, which is 5, br minus equals 1 is 4. Then after that, it will break. Then you'll say done. So what we expect in the output is 5 and done. There we go. Because it immediately exits after that. So that's how you can break out of a while loop without changing the value of the condition. You can just say break. So let me do something here. I'm just going to do this. And now we have just mimicked the counting code that we did previously. So now the condition changed from up there to here. Now the br higher than 0 is here. We got if statement. Then if that statement is true, then you break off. And that was a test because the condition should be lesser than for the x. Yep, there we go. The reason why it prints 0 is because, okay, so minus, right? Okay, now the value in this case now, okay, the value of br is 1, br minus equals 0. If br is lesser than 0, then break. Interesting. If you caught why that doesn't really make sense, then good for you. then you get a gold star. But then like yeah, so yeah, that's yep. Okay, so that's pretty much it for while loops. It's quite simple. So let me think. What should you have for your task today? You could yeah do something creative a while loop. I don't really have anything specifically. You could do yeah I have no idea. I did give suggestions in previous videos for what kind of idea you could have for your task, but I'm not going to do it this time because I believe you guys have the capability of thinking about it yourself. So I'm done here. Goodbye.